Welcome, everyone. We're midweek here on Going Optimal with the first full week of Strixhaven draft available to us. I am enjoying it so far, although I only really had my first big success yesterday. Big. I mean, we max won our draft, but that felt big when I was struggling with the format to that point, or have been struggling with success in the format to that point. I don't know if I've been struggling. I wouldn't struggle. Like, I'm just learning. I'm just playing and learning and trying stuff and making mistakes and all that stuff. So I don't want to paint my experience with the new set as any kind of torturous experience. I think it's been fun. There's just been a lot to learn here in college, and I'm picking it up. I got to keep reading. It's the little mistakes that come from not fully reading new cards are getting to me, and I need to slow down a little bit on my combat, especially, and make sure I'm making the right combat decisions. I feel like I'm coming up with a combat plan, and then something about it changes slightly. My opponent kills one of the creatures, and I kind of stick to the. I haven't been properly adjusting my plans in response to my opponent's impact on them, right? And that has been affecting things as well. And if you're planning to play any tabletop Magic, though, I would say check out my sponsor, cardkingdom.com. They are purveyors of everything you need for your tabletop game. You know them. I talk about them every day on this stream because they're my favorite place to get paper cardboard with Magic the Gathering on the back and cool abilities on the front. I just got a restock. I was too late on a restock notice. I want to get some copies of some foil copies of the Black Cat from Eldraine, because I think they're basically nearly bulk. They're very cheap foils right now. I think that's when I see 1 mana uncommon weird stuff players, I like to get those in foil because they tend to find homes later on, and they're fun to have in foil. My little Magic gambles that I do thanks to Card Kingdom. But anyway, I did a restock notice, got the restock notice this morning, already gone. So I mean, that's another thing too. Like the I love the restock notice, but I need to almost like set an alert that when the email comes in, it dings my phone, so I go rushing and make that lock in that purchase before somebody else gets it. Anyway, thank you so much, Card Kingdom, for all your support. And remember, gang, to click on my affiliate link every couple of weeks, and then all the business you do with Card Kingdom in those times will help my stream stay on the air. Thank you. Math core. I reject. You can't tell me to get on with it when I'm on with it, or was that before? Maybe I'm late on that one. But in any case, I am on with it. Here we are, on with it. Let's dive in. 65. We still want to push up towards high 60s to get the 3 of the 22.5K gold buy-ins to the Arena Open. That's what it cost last time. We don't know for sure it's going to cost that next time, but if they keep the pricing scheme the same, that's where we're going to want to be. So yeah, I don't have any leanings right now. I'm not looking to be in anything. I'm looking to keep trying to learn this format. I think where I'm at mentally is looking to take good monocolored stuff early and stay open. So in that case, let's see what a rare is. A rare bear. So what does it do for Magecraft? Whenever you cast a copy or instant, creatures you control get +1 and +1 until end of turn. That feels like a nice build around. Should we try that? I'm going to start there. I think the only competing cards I think are the Flunk, just 1-for-1 removal in the Flunk form of Flunk, and 1-for-1 removal in the form of Heated Debate. Both of these are nice pieces of removal that I really don't mind starting with first pick. but we're going to take the build around rare. That seems cool. And we'll just keep in mind, we want to go wide, right? And we don't need to, you don't need to over lean into something, into a build around, but we need to be aware that things that create tokens and help us get wider are just going to be generally better in this deck if we end up playing the Light Scribe. Mortality Spear is great and might be pick 2 here, even though it doesn't match what we're doing yet. Depends on what else we see. And I'm not seeing much. Environmental Sciences has been a premium lesson early on in the format. Conventional Wisdom. I was seeing how I think it was it Sam Black? Somebody of his caliber, if not Sam Black, was talking about how he had a 3-color deck that had the Devil's Mana base. It was 6/6/6 in terms of basics or whatever, but with multiple copies of with a copy of Environmental Sciences and some learning, he felt it was like 999. Like it's a great fixer for that situation. Sign in Blood called out. Yeah, this is a good spell, and it does match one of the schools here. But Mortality Spear is good enough that I'm just going to take it. Yeah, Sign in Blood is very good. I mean, it's draw 2 cards for 2 mana. That's good. But I'm going to take the removal. It doesn't match our first card, but it's splashable, and we could be white-black, splash the Mortality Spear or something like that. But again, I'm just going to try. I'm trying to take the best card I see and not worry too much about it beyond that. You want Combat Professor over Mage Duel? I think those are the incentives here. Heated Debate, also real. I just saw that. Didn't catch that until just out of the corner of my eye. But Combat Professor, Mage Duel, Heated Debate. Cultivator. Yeah, Cultivator. I don't think I want to take... yeah, this is pretty good. People have been, I feel, undervaluing the Combat Professor. It goes a little late. I'm going to take the Heated Debate. It's just clean and good and powerful. We're all over the place on color, but that's okay. We're going to listen to the table and find our way into the right lane here. Yeah, Professor is really good in my experience too, but it's hard to argue with 4 uncounterable damage for 3 mana at instant speed. That's just powerful. Rob likes the Inkling summoning. This is a great lesson for sure. And what else is going on here? This has been okay. Yeah, this was Zephyr Boots, I guess, would be the another tempting thing here. Although Zephyr Boots, while it's a little bit misplaced in the format, because I kind of feel like in this world I want to be playing creatures, instants, and sorceries, right? So suddenly things like equipment have a little bit higher of a bar to clear before I want to play them. Not that they're not playable, but I do like getting in on a lesson plan here. So where are we? Oh, this dude. This thing is annoying as heck. We could go down this path. Usually black-white is like the life gain color. In this case, it's kind of a sub-theme of green-black. But I think we're going to... next lesson, watch for black-white, I think. What do you mean? You think you would take this? Or you're just saying... Yeah, I like the Trudge. It's super scary. We just need to make sure... It's only scary, though, if you have a way to gain life. So we'll keep that in mind. Starting to see a lot of tools really towards the Wither crew. The Wither gang. Bloom. Wither Bloom. And there it is, Wither Bloom. We had the Wither Bloom direct. I was even looking for a card that had it on it. Village Rites is really great in Wither Bloom. We could take the campus in case we end up white black wanting to splash some green. Yeah, let's take the campus at least. We might be in straight up green black before the end of this, but I like the campus as a splash hedge, even if we don't end up playing it as our main colors. Big play kind of does the thing with some counter action. You like the serpent? Yeah, that is a really nice finisher, huh? I think we're nowhere near blue, though. And yeah, we are best of 3. We can take Tangle Trap as a sideboard. Access Tunnel. I'll take the Trap because we're best of 3. Access Tunnel and Big Play both seem playable to me. I haven't run Access Tunnel yet. I don't have a sense of how punishing it is to play a land that doesn't tap for color. But now we got a Silver Quill Apprentice still hanging out in this pack, so that's pretty signally. I mean, this is pretty good too, but I mean, it's not amazing. So I get why it's still here, but you kind of take any 2/2 for 2s with upside in your colors you can get. You like the Reacher? Yeah, it's these two. It kind of depends on where we think we're at, but we're still a little more towards white black, so I'm going to take this. Yeah, it's not all that signally, except for the fact that like they are desirable just for being nice upside bodies in their casting cost. Yeah, Rescuer. Quandrix is like, this is a little bit late too. This is one of my favorite lessons because it just scales so well with the end of a game. I took the Rescuer. It auto-picked it, and I was fine with that. This is potential. I'm going to actually... What do you think? Dissector or Big Play? Which is the most likely to have an impact on our event? Probably Big Play. Yeah, I kind of agree, Math. And look, this is saying maybe back... We got Environmental Sciences still here, but Mage Duel also still here. Like, I don't know why Mage Duel is wheeling. I don't know why Environmental Science is wheeling, honestly, but I'm going to take Mage Duel. We're going to take the removal. Unwilling Ingredient. If we are in this heading now towards black-green, I like the ingredient. Pop quiz. Name a card we're not playing this draft. I'll take Ageless Guardian. Trick question. The answer was all of the above. Yeah, we're Obzani, I think, but I don't know. We don't have to play any white. Oops, I meant to obviously take the switch over to the black card there, but it didn't really matter. Not a major card there. We just passed. Square Up was playable, I suppose, but I don't want to. I hope to not play that card. Playable is about as high as I would go with it. This is not super exciting. It doesn't do too much, but honestly, a 3-mana 2/1 that ETBs you draw and lose a life, like that's a common. There are historical commons that basically do what this card does, but it's still, I think, the pick. Unless we want the Ink Duelist. This is tough because I feel like green is way more open than white-black, but this is a heck of a card. Yeah, Blood Researcher, okay. I'm going to go with Killian. It's just such a strong card. So strong. And now we can just take a Summoning over Ingredient. You like Reduce. What am I missing? Oh, Reduce to Memory. Yeah, sure. That's possible too. The thing is, it's double white, and I'm still not sure where we're at on how much white we're going to play. Yeah, I'm going to take the Summoning. It's not any great pickup though. Not the land we're looking for, but Putrefy is great. I could hardly see the colors here. I just like this screamed at me as a something, but it was great. Putrefy is fine. Putrefy is great. Yeah, we're not doing much learning yet, but you know, we'll get there. I think some cards that I'm hoping to get on the learn front are the make a pest and learn for 2 mana. That I'm really hoping to find. I think that's a little underrated right now. That card. A lot of whatever here. This gains 2 life though, and we're trying to do a little life gain. Expel though, if we're, I guess we're just on expel, right? Like this is, this thing seems hard to use. I don't know. Yeah, Infuse seems like a good trick, but Expel seems better. I'm just going to take Expel, and I bet we might even wheel the Infuse. I don't know what we're doing yet in terms of maybe what we're doing right now is still splash green. I think white, black, splash green looks like where we're at. Mage Duel and Mortality Spear and Putrefy being great splashes. Best of 3, we could take this and have a decent sideboard option. This is not really a limited thing. This is I was hoping for the land finding learning. Exhilarating Elocution could be. I've tried this and failed with it. But this is somewhat working along with the Light Scribe plan. Oh, did I miss I might have missed it. I'm not sure if I might have just missed a lesson that I should have taken there. Still early in the format, so I'm missing stuff all over. Cody, someone else is gonna have to beat me with Cody before I have to get it really early before I'm gonna do that. Lesson card is all well and good, but I find 2s to be super important. I want life gain for the life gain trigger that we have in the deck. And right now I don't even have any learning. So I like the Leech Fanatic there. Another unwilling ingredient. I think I like that over the Karok, given that I still like this or a Spirit Summoning. You know, if we're white black heavy, we could take the Spirit Summoning. But I like the ingredients and what they can help set us up to do. But now there's a summoning here I think we take. Although we do have one already, right? Or it's even in the deck, isn't it? Yeah. Let's move these to the board so we understand where our lessons are. Crushing Disappointment. Yeah, let's take something to expand roster of options. I don't love taking a second summoning. Really, the second lesson of any of these lessons falls off pretty quickly. Wouldn't mind Introduction to Prophecy, but Wrangler is playable. It's not. It looks like I haven't gone off with it yet or seen anybody go off with it yet. It's scary on board. At a 3/3 for 5, it does not start well, right? That's its big knock. It is not that good out of the gate, but it feels like we could get there. I just disagree, Rob. I mean, I don't disagree that we could want more, but Rob saying we want as many summonings as we can get, that just seems wrong. You think they're so main deckable that, like, I mean, okay, Hyperboles on Patrol. What do you really mean, Rob? Don't tell me that you would, if you had 23, you would play 23. How many would you play? What's the most, or how many would you want like before you're like, they're now useless. There's too many now. Like, hey, look. Bye, pick. I don't know where you went. Have fun in the ether. All right. Yeah, we'll put it. I'll leave it in the main for right now. Another Wormhole Serpent. Looks like blue's pretty open. How many 2/2 flyers for 3 would I play? Like, it's not a good card in by modern standards. Heck, by modern standards, a 2/2 flyer for 3 is not good. Not good enough to be happy with. Lash of Malice as a place to start over, I don't even know what this does, but we can't do it. I have not been impressed with the Ink Caster. Tend the Pests as initial cost, sacrifice creature, create. Yeah. I'm on Lash right now. Hunt for Specimens, though. You're right, Rob. Let's go with that. This was what I was talking about. We don't have any learn yet, and we were talking about what lessons we want and how many and what we do. Well, you got to learn before the lessons really matter at all. And no, I do love the Combat Professor. Maybe I should have taken it, but we don't have any learn yet, and I really don't want to miss out on learn. And this is a great one. No, this is the draft cam. We are in draft cam mode. It puts me right down here in the corner where there's no cards mostly. Humiliate has proven solid. Go blank. Yeah. Another Trudge. Hoping to wheel a squad. Trudge number 2. I'm not taking Go Blank here. It's a fine sideboard card, but I don't necessarily want to main deck it. It's Humiliate or Trudge for me. But let's take Trudge number 2 and try to secure some more lifelink. I believe we can get there on lifelink before the end. Maybe the Trudge will not be good because we don't, but I'm going to give ourselves a chance to get there. And really, Hunt for Specimens is another thing for that. You know, another Lash and Hunt, they seem to be side by side in the packs. I do want some... Lash of Malice is good, but again, both... I've picked up another Trudge that likes life gain. Hunt for Specimens is Elvish Visionary Plus, as far as I'm concerned. And since it creates a pest that helps us gain life, I really want to get that life gain density in here. So without the double Trudge, I'm probably on the removal there. But with double Trudge, I want to make these work. And we only have this last pack to do so. So I'm zooming in on that. Here we go. Let's get Environmental Sciences now. Goes along with our double specimens. Yeah, Researcher seems like gas, but this is what we need. This is what we need more than this. This is more reward for gaining life. Like this would be good too, obviously. Overgrown Arch. But how do we pass this when this is so what we need? And I don't even know if we're base green yet. I'm going to take the Sciences. If I was 100% that we were like base green, I would, but I really think we're splashing green. We're not base green. So that's why another reason I've been avoiding like the Blood Researcher or the Karok. It's like I don't actually want a lot of green pips. I want black and white pips. So here's a Lash we can take. We can take a Pest Summoning too. But this is where we take Lash. And so these are playable in green black, heavy green black, but we're not that. We're green, we're black white, looking to play some green. And on that front, a Campus is more important to me than any of this stuff. We're a little low on playables. We're only at 23 here, closing on the end of the pack. Yeah, we take Bookworm too. That's a nice splash. I suppose with Environmental Sciences, we can just take Bookworm, huh? Give ourselves a nice top end. Siriana, it's too late. I don't know. You know, you're living in the past. We are not a green-black deck. Yes, maybe we could have been, but we're not. So move on and let's focus on the future with Cram Sessions or a Molding Karak. Again, I'm going to go Cram Session. I would much rather have a third Specimens. Like, Specimens is just miles better than Cram Session. But I'm taking this. Yeah, a lot of people with late in pack 3 figuring out where we should have been. That's fine, but hindsight is easy. Spectre or Field Trip? We're going to take Spectre because, again, we're not really green as a heavy component. Infuse, Tangle Trap number 2, Assistant, not the worst. Could be just a spot for an Assistant, really. Yeah, I'm going to do that. This has been doing enough work for me to pick it up. It's not amazing, but it is good enough. Eager first year or good 4-drop. I think we're deep enough at 2. I'm not saying you haven't been on the plan all along, but I'm saying calling out pack 3 green black cards is like, it's like, yeah, we're just not there anymore. I don't know, you know, whether we should have been. We didn't really end up doing quite the go wide. We could do Show of Confidence, but how go wide are we here? I guess I'll take it. We'll give ourselves a chance to consider it. And Make Your Mark could be playable, but I'll throw that in the board for now. Dissector versus... we might play one of these on the lifelink. Dissector is pretty medium, although it sacrifices the bugs for life. And Dusk Mage also... Wow! Look at... Yeah, I mean, you talk about people saying we should have been green-black. The blue has been absurd. Yeah, Quandrix was clearly a place to be there. Green in general. I'm not unhappy with where we landed, though. All right, what's going on here? 2 ingredients, Light Scribe, Leech, yeah, like those. 2 Trudge. Do we like this Dusk Mage? We're throwing some counters around, I suppose. Don't worry, I'll get there. Don't worry, don't worry. I'm just going through one at a time. I'm gonna call that a maybe. This is all maybe. Lash, Show, yeah, I think we'll do that. Fractures in the board, Cramps, Environmental Sciences in the board, Expel, Mage Duel, Putrefy, Mortality Spill, Crushing Disappointment. Okay, so now we're at like, all right, these are real cards. How many cuts do we have? 4? I'm clinging to the Karak Splash on the strength of the Trudge. Let's look and see what kind of life gain we have. This just means cards that say life on their rules text somewhere. So this is lose a life. That doesn't help. I mean, maybe we can say gain would be the better word. Can I go gain life? Except it might do number life, right? So this helps us gain life. This makes tokens that gain life. This wants us to gain life. This gives us life. This, oh, this is more another Trudge-like reward for it. Bookworm gains life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not great. That's why I want to. Oh, see, life link matters though. It's interesting. All right, now I'm gonna put life back because I missed some. Life link isn't showing up there. Killian Duelist is Leech Fanatic. Okay, yeah. Lifelink was important to go find because it does show we have a couple more, and maybe that means I can just let the Carrack go here. Yep, and we do have a learn-in, so I think we can let the Carrack go. We have life gain elsewhere for that whole thing. Is this a show of confidence situation? It's a combat trick. It's a solid one. Let me go back to creatures versus not here. I don't think this is doing quite enough. I'd rather go with our lessons and our removal and our card draw. Well, what other options do I have besides? I mean, we're looking for cuts here, so my option is to cut that. And maybe, I think Wrangler for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, plus the stuff we learn. Yeah, this is, if Wrangler were like white or black, I think I would do it, but I think we want to be disciplined, a little more disciplined with our splash. Promising Dusk Mage, I'm clinging to a little bit. It could be the last cut. How are we doing on creatures? I just kind of want to see if I can, like, this feels like the deck where we could actually make this happen. But it is, you're right, the weakest creature here. So yeah, fine, let's cut it and get on with our lives. This is best of 3. I want the full 17, especially with Bookworm. And this is too many forests, though. If we have Forest, Campus, and the Sciences, we effectively have 1, 2, and then let's look at our... I mean, this is what Sam Black, or again, I might be quoting the wrong pro, but was talking about in terms of how environmental sciences... Oops. Environmental Sciences says we have 5 sources of green. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because if we cast any of our 3 learn spells, we can go get the land fixing to turn this into a legit splash for only the campus and 1 forest. Thanks for that sub. Tuesday likes show over crushing. What are we talking about? Let's see. Oh, show of confidence over, what do we have in? Crushing disappointment. I see. Just tried to find the... Yeah. I'm going to start here. I think a little card draw for this deck would be good. Not 0 synergies with counters. We got Spiteful Squad that likes counters. I don't know what you mean by synergy, like what synergy we're looking for exactly there anyway, but this looks good. Let's try this. We got 7 black. Here's 7 white, and then 2 more. So we'll go 8, 8. That's 17. That's a deck. And this is trudging trudging on. How about trudge forward? Got some bling redemptions today. I know. Strixhaven lands for Krauser. All right. Kind of auto does that, right? Should we go? Are there sweet ones? Cool. We'll just go with the defaults then. (9-7) on black versus white. Yeah, that's fair. Maybe I'm just going to default to even Steven, but we got 3 important white 2-drops that we would very much like to cast on 2. So I am gonna, you're right to call it out, but I'm gonna leave it as is because I don't want only 7 sources when I've got those 2-drops. It's a problem, you know, it's a splash problem here. You know, if we could cut this and just add a 9th source of black, that would be better. 9 black, 8 plains would be perfect. Instead, we're 8 and 8 because we got to support our green splash, but I do like the green splash, so we're going to keep it. And anyway, let's do some of these new sleeves we got. We are these guys, right? Basically. All right. Best of 3. How's this going to go? I don't know. You still like show of confidence? We got sideboarding to do. We can try bringing it in. Yeah, it's close, Siriana. It's just tough mana. That's why I really wanted that college. I mean, we passed the black-white campus for something, and it hurt because I really wanted to support our mana through campuses. We really ended up low on campus action. Great, though. This looks wonderful. It's not that I forgot Tuesday, it's that I didn't talk about it much. I didn't feel like we had the instant sorcery density to trigger that reliably enough. Like, in assessing the value of that card, I didn't give much weight to the copy thing because I don't know how... I don't feel like we're well suited to make that happen. That's what I was feeling. So now we get to choose. We don't even have to get our land finder. We can get anything. What about ink summoning or inkling summoning or pest summoning? With the Trudge, I like the pest summoning to increase the number of ways. Increase the number of ways that we are gaining life with our Trudge in hand. So let's, I'm going to go with that. I don't know if you like that or not, but that's my plan. Cram Session supports it as well, so we've really found the life link, the life gain to support the Trudge here. If they don't exile it, we're going to be pretty happy with the Trudge. Okay. Best uncommon in the set, I guess. I'm not sure why Roll the Dice didn't want to roll the dice on a few more turns, but let's try. I don't know. If we see blue, we expect Quandrix or whatever it is. Get it? It is. Whatever it is. Is it? I don't know. I'll get all these remembered eventually. Prismari. That's the weird one. I think I got everything but Prismari now. Prismari. And then I only know Gloom. I always forget the end of Gloom.
I know.
Well, I'm just gonna run it back. Bloom. Wither. Yeah, Gloom.
Not a problem. Yeah.
Oh, Witherbloom will continue to have hiccups for sure. Well, here's the punishment on that mana distribution, right? It's like, are you sure you don't want more black? It's like, I do, but I really want to cast my 2s. Here we are a little bit punished. But how punished are we? Are we mulligan punished or not? Appa going first. We do have an expel, so like kind of the worst case is we get it. We haven't done anything until 3, and we have to expel their incoming attacker. I'm gonna keep because of that. We have identifiable action to stop an early aggression, so we should have some time. Comically punished here, though. Do we bother with the expel here? I don't even know if we bother. I think maybe we do, because it does something. Like what I want to count. You know, we should plan to succeed. We should plan to find the black we need, right? We'll let it hit. Why would? Yeah, but we can't kill whatever they play. So it's not like you're saying let it hit. So for 1 point, maybe we want to wait a turn because they play something. All right, for 1 point, we can at least see if this is what we want to do before we untap. All right, they're not even doing anything. Fine, I'm not even going to do it. We'll hold, because if we can do it again next turn if we don't find. All right, there we go. We got there. We're gonna play our land so that we can go find our land. You know what I mean? We go this, cram session. Carefully pick your environmental sciences. Oh, I forgot environmental sciences gains life. That works with our plan as well. We were looking for life gain that our deck had, and I forgot that this is one. 6 life in this turn. 4 mana and gain 6 and fix your mana. Black is what we need, right? Just want to make sure I'm not screwing anything up. Glad we still have the expel. Next turn we have Apprentice plus hold up expel. Oppo did the exact same play, like exact, funny, except they got a different land. All right, we found a better option. Could go, yeah, we only have the 1 black, so we're gonna do. It's funny that Duelist means our expel only costs 1 mana, but we just don't have anything else to do with the spares. I suppose we could play Apprentice first. Yeah, we could just expel now, but I'm still feeling like... Yeah, I guess we don't want to trade... And he's got Menace. We're first going to do this. Yeah, and... The thing is, if we hold... This could double block to kill... You know what? Yeah, I'm going to just expel it. I want to start attacking with this, and I don't want to double block with this thing or anything like that.
All right, everyone, chill.
Oh, and darn it, I'm late. I finally got this one added.
Expelled! Expelled! Expelled!
So, we gotta spend black. If we gain life, this could be cheap, but no, like, we're just full up on black, so we gotta spend a 4 or 5. Let's make a flyer. Another?
All right, everyone, chill.
Ugh, still stuck on black. Really need to unclog on black here to get anywhere. Mortality Spear gives us an attack, though. If they block, we get the instant speed blowout, so I'm going to make this offer. It's like we get this for cheap, but it doesn't help. Yeah, Crushing Disappointment would be nice, but now I'm locked into the spear now. Oh, I didn't mind. I wouldn't have minded a counter. A counter would have just been a 2 for 2, but that was a 2 for 1 instead, so that's a bummer. I got aggro because I thought mainly our worst case was going to be that the trick got countered or didn't work, and we would get 1 for 1 or 2 for 2. But 2 for 1's rough for sure. That's a good draw though. We can get back in this. We got card draw to undo the card advantage Oppo got on us. We can drop. The flyers are something, but you know we got time to deal with that. We got lifelink to get stuff back. I'm not going to be blocking with our Killian, so I'm going to be sending in here first. And yeah, we're going to drop 2 creatures and head towards an eventual reload on Disappointment. I don't think we need to draw more action now. We have action. Let's play our action and draw more action when we're out. Oops, that's not what I meant. This.
What will be, will be. Será, será.
All right. Now it's time to seek help from our deck. I'm going to do it with this because then we can play Plains or Swamp. Brian, you need to see Heather's. Let's throw this on. Let's see, what are we going to attack with for sure? Let's throw it on Spiteful Squad because I'm going to attack with it. Killian, I'm not sure we're going to attack with. I don't want to send Killian into these two. Like, if we found removal, then yeah. But I'm going to put it on the one I know I'm going to be attacking with. And 2 unwilling ingredients in hand, so I'm going to drop the Swamp. No. We're showing our age, Brian. Yeah, we're all showing our age, but it's good. We're a multi-generational community, shall we say. Closing in on Bookworm mana. Should we be playing this at 8 mana when we don't have, like, ramp particularly? I don't know if this is even right to play. Honestly, gang, I thought this was 7 mana, and I don't know if Bookworm is correct at 8 mana. Bookworm is awesome. It's easy to say 8 mana things are awesome when you happen to have 8 mana, but... we have some card draw. I don't know how reliable that is, though. Yeah, there's some pseudo ramp, I acknowledge, but not. I don't know. I mean, it's going to be fine here, but this is where again. Hey, Ryan, remember, what are you doing? We're not attacking. We need to keep squad back to threaten the pugilist. I can send an ingredient. I'm going to keep one back. Well, I don't want to send the squad. I'm going to send an ingredient and maybe even the other ingredient. That's the worm. Well, if we send squad, what's our plan on the crackback with this? Are we going to block with this and this, or... Second Bookworm cannot get through? Oh, well... But it can't... I mean, we send... Yeah, but I want the... Like, what... Have you read the ingredient? I would like them to eat it. Enjoy this tasty ingredient. But I'll leave one back for the double. I'm a little worried about the double block plan because it's so easily disrupted. Might have to throw on a couple if they send the 8/8. Maybe the Plex should be good for us. We can get Mortality Spear back. And this is like I say, this seems so unimpressive, but boy... a 2/1 flyer for 4 that says draw premium removal next turn has been very good. So, gonna play. Let's see. Can we even do it all? We could like draw 4, 5, 6, 7. We've gained life, and then we can cast it. Yeah, let's do it. We can do it all. We just got to make sure it doesn't take our green. No, we don't gain life, but we have Killian anyway, so it's fine. I was thinking we gained life somewhere along the line, but no, yeah, we lose life, that's right. It did say the word life on it. It said the word life. You have to acknowledge that. I was supposed to put that in Killian, probably. I just went for the biggest thing because I'm playing quickly, but... Send that. Let's do this too. If we have to, I would double block on the backswing here anyway. Yeah, this is fine. Turns out this card is good. I read this card in the spoiler and immediately pre-ordered 16 foil copies from Card Kingdom at bulk foil prices, effectively, because I just feel like it's so good. Let's put this on the flyer, or yeah, we could do it on the duelist. That would be pretty good. But assistant gives us blocks in the air here. Maybe it's overthinking, and that like. Really, I should, definitely not on the bookworm. We want to spread this love around. But Killian is like so good without help that I kind of just want to put it on something that needs help. So I'm going to do that. Now, an ingredient I want dead. I don't like putting counters on the thing I want dead. If I'm going to put it on it because it has menace, I'll just put it on Killian. I don't know if we want the ingredient dead, but I certainly want Oppo dead, and that's what we got. All right. Everything's chunky here. Come on, system. How you doing there, Arena? I'm going to keep it main deck for now. But I got my eyebrow up. Let's see if we get stuck in hand with it. All right, this is cool. Killian into Hunt for the fixing if we need it. Third land is interesting, but doesn't do much for us yet. More lands, and we don't have anything to do but hunt and learn, so that's what we're gonna do, but we can attack first. If there's removal that is single, now we don't have targetable removal, so what do we want lesson wise? I guess we just want our sciences. We got to get our green. We got a spear here. Now, casting this to get the green does make this immediately cheap, so that's cool too. What do we want to do this turn, though? Because we can even hold on this and just go for the Spectre even. We don't need to cast this yet. Wait till they come up with something we want to spear the same turn. And... although if we set up Mortality Spear in hand, they don't really have... they won't know about it, and we could get the double block. All that is a free pest. I'm going to say Spectre pass here. give them a chance to develop their board a little more so that we figure out where we want to point this spear. And I'm not going to block here. That's a little better target for the spear, I think. And now with the swamp as well, we can go sciences for green, spear, and ingredient. That seems fine. Although maybe we can't do it all, right? Because spear and ingredient both want our final black, and we have to play the green. So we can't do the ingredient, but I still like the spear and the Karok here. And getting in. I could have offered a trade of pest for pest, but I'd rather offer it on defense. Five, 4 vigilant would be pretty good. But looks like they're not going for that right now. Hold on a second, let's see. So we got the squad, we got it. Oh, we're definitely playing the swamp, although maybe we want to draw? No, I guess squad and ingredient is fine here. And then we can actually start draining from here. They held 3 mana and did not play Expanded Anatomy, so there's something going on in hand. Learn card used for the second mode. What do you mean? Let's go. Oh, they looted. Sorry, I missed that. Yeah, I was trying to figure out what they got. I thought they got this, but you're right, they already got that. So let's do Heathers.
What will be, will be.
I wonder what they do before they untap. The 3 mana feels like they... Yeah, there you go. Something was up. Although, honestly, if I'm Oppo, I think I'd do that main phase. I guess they wanted to have a double block for Killian, so that makes some sense. We got our Trudge. I think we go Crushing Disappointment looking for a land for the Trudge. But I'll start with Crushing Disappointment because maybe we find removal. Now let's see, what do we want to leave open? I guess black-white, since we have black-white 2-drops and that kind of thing. We do have Mage's Duel, which would be, if we found, would be castable with the green. So maybe I actually do Swamp and we... Or no, I gotta leave the swamp, and I'll do this, and we'll see if we find, see what we find. Hey, look, we found the Mage's Duel that made me want to hold on that. Although what we were looking for is a land so that we could play a Trudge, but given the lack of that, we'll at least Mage's Duel here. And I like it on Killian. Although, again, they kept up the mana. Am I worried? Should we not risk Killian on the Mage's Duel? They had the 3 mana, they didn't spend it. It suggests they've got something here. I'm going to let this time while I think about it. We could also attack first, see what they want to do, and yeah, or even duel. Like, I like duel on the ingredient. Then if they get us, like, we can get the researcher. Actually, I'm going to duel with the ingredient. And I'm going to target this and even try to have our ingredient die. All right. So at least we got our info, and now we can send the Spectre safely and the squad if we want to, and I do. Let's send it. We have chumps on the behind here. Yeah, I could have sent ingredient too. I should have. You're right. That was just a mistake. They could chump if they want. But we get a double chump as well that I'm fine with. Oop. No. Here. This is what I'm trying to do. We'll just prevent some life here. Or maybe we don't even need to do this. This is just... Because, yeah, trudges are going to do some blocking. I think we just take this. Never mind. If I could single block with the ingredient, I would. But I don't actually want to throw away the pest right now. I would chump with the ingredient if I could, but I can't because of the menace. Oh, this stupid dissector. I don't like this card, but here it is. But it's target creature. We can play this and pest ourselves up, but I'm going to double Trudge. And send the flyer and keep the squad back this time, being willing to put ingredient and squad on the researcher. Or even just take it again. Like, it's 17 to 11, and we're much wider than they are. So yeah, this is like, do you even want to? What do we want to do here? The 5/5 matters because now the trudges aren't quite as good, but we can put use dissector to put a counter on a trudge, so that's going to be good. And to that end, yeah, I'm just going to say no blocks. I just don't think we need to trade for that, given what we're going to do coming up. So we're going to make 5 powers out of our trudges so that they trade, either of them trades with this pledge mage. And then definitely this and this and this. And at this point, I think we just send this. And maybe even Killian? Like, you want to take Killian now? Go for it. Yeah, I think we just swing away. Yeah, force blocks. Now I'll go, let's see, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can trigger this and get one of these back. And might be moot anyway. We send, they don't really have the tools to block Killian, so they're virtual 3. This is a virtual 2. Yeah, they're basically dead. They're basically dead, and I'm going to just swing away first, and then... Oh yeah, we can even sack. This is like it doesn't matter. Like, all that stuff is fine, but this just attack all just kind of gets us there. Unless this is some miracle card I don't understand. All right. Yeah, there you go. I didn't even need to worry about gaining life by any other means other than connecting with our life linker. Solid looking Witherbloom deck. See how I came up with that? Anything here? 5 damage to creature with flying, destroy artifact. We didn't really see flying artifacts here. Not surprising in that color pair. Make your mark. There is a lot of ground trading happening. This is actually an interesting little trick we could consider, but I don't know if it does quite enough. Like, we already have stuff in this vein. The counter thing. Yeah, we cut that as being in our splash color and being a little hard to get going. I don't really see anything here demanding to come in. Like, this is another one of our big sideboard cards, but Artifact Enchantment, we didn't really see those either, so I'm running it back. I'm continuing to see how the worm feels, regardless of whether we have the worm or not. Like, how soon are we getting to the mana we need? Some mulligans are easy. All right, this is a keep though. How greedy to be with this tight 3 options on 2 mana? I'm going to be greedy. We're going to cut a land and have some action early while we try to rebuild on land. Hey, Bookworm, we were just talking about how this is the downside of including you. Ooh, that's interesting. What about... I mean, we could just hunt for specimens now so that we set up for sure, at least digging for casting a spell that gets us a land next turn. But I'm going to continue dumping out, operating on 2 here. And I like... Yeah, let's put Light Scribe, because if next turn we do go for hunt, it'll pump our team to do so. All right, found some land naturally. So we could go hunt to do the team pump and guarantee that next turn we have find land, play Silverquill. I think I like that. Turns this into a very nice attack. Lifelink is making this race annoying, but so it goes. So now we don't need to do this play since we found the land. We could just go Spectre. Spectre threatens this stuff nicely. This does not. So I'm liking the Spectre play here. And could trade Ingredient for Pest if we want. I'm going to offer Ingredient for Pest. And then Spectre it up. It's a big pledge. Double block would be effectively a 1-for-1, but we like our Spectre. We're going to just take a hit from this and try to set up defense down the road. Two big fellers out for Oppo, though, so okay. Let's see. This is going to be all right because we get the 1-mana duel. So we actually get Sciences, Apprentice, and Duel here. And really, it's going to make our squad big. Double Light Scribe. Sorry, Rob, too late. Oh, right, sorry. You're totally right on that, though. Sequencing. Now, what about Mage Duel taking out the 5/5 on the Spectre? I love it. Because Light Scribe will give us an extra point. Rob is right. Sequencing is important. And now, for sure, this, and this are offering up. We could offer the Light Scribe and say, if you want it, you got a 2-for-1 yourself, and maybe it's done its job. We don't really have anything else behind that's going to pump it, so I actually like offering it. It's really done its job, and this is a heck of an attack. We could be dead to a crackback with the right tools from Oppo, but I'm going to risk it. Like, if they kill this and have some pump that's strong, like they could conceivably get to 12, but it's 8 to 12 is a big jump. Let's make them do it. 8 to 12 plus removal. And maybe you like any blocks here, or are we looking to try and threaten to just kill them after the next turn? We don't have tools in hand beyond what we're looking at here. Yeah, it sure smells fishy, but I also don't mind setting the trap, triggering the trap with our Apprentice. I'm going to block the Elite, also because if they do have something tricky, I don't want to block the Lifelinker and have them make a 5/5 Lifelinker. I'm going to do this. Trade for Trick or Elite. You tell me, Oppo. All right. Assistant for Mage Duel is going to be good, and right now we just have the Spectre in the air, and then we can block on the ground as we see fit. Chump on the ground if we need to, yep. And really, we put 2 in the air, and they need to kill us or stop the flyers. Get Hunt for Specimens. That might not be bad either. We're just going to get the removal spell. Assistant again, overperforming. Definitely overperforming. I just feel like for 4 mana, it just feels so good mid-game to say, all right, I got something in the air, and I got removal coming. Lifelinker coming in. Do we want to chump? We could chump to draw, but I think we know we just win currently. Well, it's not just, it's close. because of the life link. I think we're going to get there, and I think we just take this. Oh, Light Scribe boost does get us there. You're right. I forgot the Light Scribe boost. So we're just gonna take it. Well, don't know what this card is, but it's got to be good, or we got this. And I'm gonna go for their life linker, and I'm gonna use some like. I don't want to target our flyers in case they do have a response. I might even just use the Light Scribe itself. Again, it's kind of doing its job here already. Didn't seem like there was any pause there, so I think this will be good. All right.
Check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
2-0 playing for the 3-0. So, if I were not streaming, if this were just me playing, managing my multiple accounts, I would be done playing for the day on this account. If we go and look, no quests. We completed all the quests, and we got 4 wins on the day. This account is no longer producing much gold for us to play. However, we are a stream. We're going to finish this event because closure. But I like to call out when I would be bailing on an account to maximize gold when we see that. I haven't submitted the reimbursement request or the issue request, but I could. And it happened again today. All right. Novice Dissector and Spectre are a little bit whatever. Spectre's better than Dissector, but Hunt on 2 for the learning is worth a keep, and we got nice mana in our core colors. A little heavy. This hand would be much better if just one of these lands were any other spell, really. Gut feeling Kaldheim or Strix. I believe that my prediction is that Strix will feel like the better format for the length during which it has legs, but I think it will lose its legs faster than Kaldheim. When was this originally printed? I don't even know that card. Ugh. Land draw also, of course, being the worst draw. And Hunt, I still think should go for the fixing. If we don't get the environmental sciences, we are saying we don't know when we're going to get green. I'm just going to get our green source. Even though some other spells would be better plays for next turn. Like, you could have justified the ink thing. And then, look, we got rewarded there with a Trudge. Some Trudge on Trudge action today. Oh, stop it. We don't need those. Well, Trudge is effectively unblockable, unless you block with another Trudge. Do we sit back to block Trudges? Nah, we're going to try and race this a bit till Oppo shows us a reason we shouldn't. Novice Dissector maybe is interesting next turn as a turn 5 play of Dissector, Sack, Pest, but we're going to go Spectre here. Because next turn we go Dissector, Sack, Pest, we can put a counter on the Spectre. Maybe I need to come up on the Dissector a little bit with the Pest decks. I think in my head I was seeing this as something that grew itself, but being able to throw this anywhere is pretty good. Sometimes 1+1/+1 counter turns a creature from irrelevant into a problem. Now we can hunt again and find like they don't have flyers yet, so or reach or anything. So maybe we go for our Inkling or whatever it's called this time. The other option is to continue on that plan, play the Dissector and make the Spectre bigger. Maybe that's fine for right now, and we just have the Trudges stare at each other on the ground. I think I'm going to do that. And I haven't yet, Phil. Haven't yet. And we could offer this. Maybe we don't care. Yeah, like, go ahead and Trudge. And if you want to Trudge back at us, that's fine. Yeah, we're going to get Trudge back either with Spectre. Well, Spectre's tough because you got to pay 6 to gain the life and then 2 more to return. But we have Hunt for Specimen and Dissector all ready to go. So, like, we can literally get this back in hand next turn if we want. All right, Dead Spectre. Here's a card we don't have in this deck, is that removal. We got a lot of good removal though, and now we get to just go Trudge. Well, let's see. Let me think this through. We can go Specimens. Oh, I want to wait because Specimens. I'm going to play the other Trudge and hold this for one of our life gain moments unless we need the green. So Trudge plus Hunt is fine here. So we can also get Pest Summoning and make sure we have plenty of Trudge fodder. But the summoning flies over, and we have we're ahead. They're at 13. They got 2 cards in hand and a known Trudge. And they just used removal on our 1 flyer, suggesting flyers, of course, are a problem. And we have 2 triggers of life in terms of pest and environmental sciences already. It's interesting, but it's an interesting choice, and I think you could make a good case depending on how you think the rest of this match is going to go, but I'm going to take the summoning. And I'm going to stay back on D with the Dissector. Like, I could sack the Dissector, but we don't want to do any of the pest stuff until we're getting Trudges back for our trouble. You think these are going to be a problem? I don't know. That's expensive. They got a threat of activation to make a 4/4 right now, but it's unless they put some counters on, I'm not too worried. And now we can sciences. Let's start with an attack with the Trudge and then see what we're getting back, though. I mean, they're in a bad spot. Block it, don't block it. I don't care, Oppo. Both are good for me. I mean, we have on board return both trudges here if they block. Gold Link says, don't you think Mystical Archive should give this format more longevity than regular formats? I mean, not really. It's just more, I mean, it's slightly extra cards in the set, but they're not that, they have rarity and they're not format warping. It just feels like the set is a little bit bigger, but it's not going to change its legs. What was so great about Kaldheim? It was fun. It was complex. Whether that's great or not depends on where you're at, potentially. But Kaldheim had enough different things you could do that it felt very viable to play it a long time. And so now, okay, I'm just going to go environmental sciences, return. That's not bad. We're fine. This is all good. Real problem is that they got a 4/5 now, so we got to find some removal, but we'll be okay. It's not a punt, Rob. I didn't need green. And I knew what we were going to get. It's not like there was some mystery. It's a game of hidden information, Rob, is it? Rob says it's a game of hidden information. I say it's a game of hidden Rob. All right, that's nice. We can spear and trudge. Not in before, Hat. You missed it. You narrowly missed it. Too bad we can't gain life this turn. I guess we could send in the pest, but I want to save our life gain for future trudging. So let's just do this. Rob is pedantically saying the information between playing the land and casting the spell that opponent had 3 moments where they knew we had a plains. That's yeah. Not gonna block with it though, because I want it for returning stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and attack. Sorry, I'm playing a little slow here. Let's get on it. Rob is definitely one of those people who likes to be the best kind of correct. I do get the Mastery Pass. It tends the Mastery Pass so far has shown to be worth it for limited only players who don't care about cosmetics if they are certain to complete the whole thing. Not by much. It's never been much. And maybe, I guess Theros might have been one where it was all right, so now this is a little scarier because it's double, right? It's got counters on it. But we can chump forever. It doesn't have trample. If it gets trample, then it's scary. But we can chump pretty heartily here. And with 2 trudges up, we can even handle the double block. But let's go. So we have 4. We got 8 mana. 4, 5. Yeah, I guess we just want Trudge and Dissector, or we can do Trudge and Summoning, and again get our air attack back. Let's do that. And if we send in, they basically have to chump or take 4 or trade, and the trade is good. I'll just go ahead and attack. It's a little scary, but we have 2. Like, if they kill our pest, then we can chump with the Inkling if we have to, but I do want to apply pressure here. That Rob was like, now they know. Yeah, again, it was so small, I didn't care, Rob, but I'll give you the technically correct award, which was a timeout. Welcome back. If we do this, we don't have life gain currently to get Trudges back. But yeah, let's also set the upkeep. But I don't want it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. -5 for the Scry leaves 4 for the Dissector. So yes, we do, because we can play the Dissector if we swing and miss. And obviously doing this, wondering what their plan is for defense on the crack back. We'll see. But I'm just going to do the 1 chump. See what they got. Blood Mage. Make a couple of blockers, seems good. And now let's do the upkeep Scry, and that is the colors I want you to scry with, yes. Killian! Do we want Killian? Still probably just playing Dissector here. I'm gonna... Killian's so good, but I don't know if Killian is correct in this spot with what we're facing. Kind of becomes a chump, but I guess it's life gain, so I'm gonna keep on the strength of lifelink. Yeah. The lifelink is nice enough, you're right. We'll do that. But I still don't think we want to play it now. We want to play Dissector and block with our Trudges. Send in the Inkling. We could send in one of these and they could like trade off for the Blood Mage, but I want to try and win in the air and just chump our way on the ground. They get some life with these pests. That's so they're not at 6 virtually, right? We could also do a big Novice Dissector Fireball. That's another thing that I'm coming up on about this card. That, again, it comes down to the choose your target. Like, we could go... assuming they didn't gain life, we could go Killian, sack everything. Can it sack itself? Another. It can't sack another. So we can get 3 extra counters on this, though, right? This is an interesting question. Double block or not? Single block... They pump, and they use their turn, and then they can do it again next turn. Double block, we lose our... We could kill it, and then We have Killian to handle the smaller stuff on the ground while we continue to try and win through the air here and eventually get these back thanks to the Killian. I think I'm going to go for the double block, but I'm not 100% on this. I don't know what you think, chat, whether we're supposed to be chumping or actively trying to kill the Amplimancer. The thing is, if we do this, they don't even have to pump. They get the double kill without it. Maybe it's the fact, like, if we made him pump, I think I would double block, but it doesn't even make him pump to double block. So I'm just going to single block. Force the trade, and then we get Bookworm. All right, well, I'm coming up on Bookworm, I guess. This is really nice, although funny. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're 1 mana short of actually getting our Trudge back, but maybe we'll find a land and get it. We'll find a basic land because we're Millhouse. Nope, not today. It was coming up Millhouse to get the Bookworm to begin with. No fly-in, just making sure. Do it. See, look at me. I'm checking for reach. I'm checking for reach. Some interesting choices to try and get this game done. Tough grind here. Yeah, we can now put counters on the worm through Dissector. Spiteful Squad, sack, get some counters going around, yep. Yeah, I actually suggested to Duncan, like, we could make alternate Spiteful Squads with different Spiteful Squads, including Mean Girls and all sorts of stuff. All right, so yeah, sorry. Let's see. So double block, Bookworm, and 9 points means one of these lives. Do we just do this? Or do we want to... I'm thinking about memes, and I got to actually think about this. No, let's just chump and leave our worm alive. Make him do the pump again. All right, they agree. They agree that was too much. Good call, chat. I got there too. Double block was not correct. We just wanted to make him pump or not pump and deal with big worm, I guess. So we got the worm early when we couldn't cast it. Still worked out eventually. Or no, wait, did we draw? I can't. Do we have that the whole game? There was one game where we had it early. I'm losing track, but yeah, it was quite a grind. Bit of a mirror. They're splashing, looks like some Quandrix. We're splashing some, we're doing the green splash. Didn't see any flyers. That's one of our main sideboard options, is this Tangle Trap. Yeah, I'm not looking to splash big play, I don't think. And Fracture, like basically Fracture and Tangle Trap have been our most important sideboard cards that we just haven't found a place for. Show of Confidence. It's the Spiteful... we should probably put this in just to give the Spiteful Squad their show of confidence, but no, I think we're running it back again. Unless we think, like, maybe at some point we might think that we need a 1/4. Like, look at these cards. Maybe a 1/4 isn't the worst, although I don't know what I would cut for it. If we have a creature we don't love, and I am coming up on Novice Dissector in this style of deck. Like, I think this is actively good now, whereas before I was grudgingly including it. Pillar Drop Rescuer. Yeah, I'm going to run it back. Another opening hand Bookworm to manage, but we'll keep this. We have a Cram Session to get us our Mana Finder, so this feels fine to me. It's a little slow. That's right, we have a copy of Putrefy. Y'all remember that? I didn't. Hey, ask and you shall draw, apparently. Gonna have to get the sciences, find our white source here. Now, if I had a 1/5, I might play it just for the trudges. We can go... Science is fine white, but we still want the black for Lash. We can Lash the Trudge. We should. I mean, they might get it back, but what else? You gotta... You can't just let that stand. Trudge, you say? Why, we've got a Trudge. But I don't know if we actually want to do that now. We can get environmental sciences back and make sure to draw, but I'd rather just try and naturally draw land, I guess. Yeah, we do have an expel waiting and a putrefy, so we got some removal. Let's just play Dissector. Yeah, we could play the assistant and get, if we want the Lash or the Cram Session, then sure. But right now we want more land. So I'm going to not play the assistant and let us try and draw some land naturally. And you're right. We should be using assistant to get putrefy, not these other things. Light Scribe is great, but would be a one spell turn. We could putrefy now to set up, but I think we should get our own Trudge going, I think. That's what I'm going to do. And pass. We're looking to kind of go long here between our removal and our assistant getting more removal and eventual Bookworm. But that's where these two are in not... They're not synergistic for us right now. But we did find some more land. That's nice. So we can Light Scribe and putrefy. And I like the Light Scribe out as a threat. We can send the Trudge. If they try to block with just a 2/2, we can putrefy something else and make it a 2-for-1. So let's send... We can even send both that way. Let's send both and use the putrefy plus Light Scribe as a way to blow them out. And do we think that this eventually being a 4/4 is... I think we just got to take out the Dusk Mage, but this eventually becomes a problem. 5 mana, 3 lands away from the colony. Yeah, that's true. We reputrefy. Okay, so I'll take the bigger threat at the moment. I hear you, PD. That's what I was obviously thinking about, but points out that with the assistant, we can handle the colony if it does get big. Non-land, they got some boots. These boots were made for trudging. That's just what they'll do. One of these days, these boots are gonna trudge all over you. I can expel. Oh, it's an instant. Great. So let's attack again and expel for the blowout. I was thinking it was sorcery, but of course that's why this is good. You can get attackers before they get you. But I'm going to go ahead and kill it and go for the big swing here. Ooh, nice. Can even get, do we have anything? Oh, I say nice, but nothing of ours has died yet. So less relevant. Now though, let's see, can we could play the rescuer and throw a counter somewhere off of it, or yeah, we can go assistant. You like assistant get cram session? Why cram session? Double spell, sure. Yeah, let's just send in and get back whatever. I'm assuming they have something to not be dead, but let's see. All right, now I just like the rescuer replay our 2-drop. Oh wait, we don't have the mana for it. I thought we had 7. So I'll just go with a flyer instead. Although we can get that back. Yeah, let's just get removal, you're right. If I could get rescuer in our 2-drop back, I would, but removal is fine. Oh wait, we did have the mana for it. No, we didn't. Never mind. I'm there. We're good. We're good. Putrefy though, pretty good catch-all. Did we gain life this turn? No. All right. Rescue has flying. So does assistant. All right. Well, gang.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you
From
feeling?
struggling to can't not trophy? Sample size. I think we 6-0'd. I don't remember losing a game. But I also am quite capable of blocking that out. MVP of the deck. A lot of stuff got it done. I would say maybe not MVP. MVP was probably just depth of removal. But I think that the double trudges were no joke. Right? Double trudges were pretty big game for this deck. Density of removal was big game for this deck. And assistant and dissector, surprise big game for this deck. Killian did some stuff. I don't know if there was an MVP. This was like a group effort. Yeah, the Light Scribe did work when it showed up. We only had it for the one game, but it like we didn't really see this elsewhere. I guess maybe there was a couple times it showed up, but like we didn't see it a ton. That's the thing. Yeah, and Bookworm was great in the game that we had it late at the right time, but then in the last game we never cast it. It just it stared at us, right? So we did experience both sides of the worm. Why are we splashing green and not white? Well, because Leonin Lightscribe is an incredible 2-drop. Killian Ink Duelist is an incredible 2-drop. And splashing these makes them much worse because you're not expecting to get them until late. And then in terms of what green would we be bringing in that's like, no, we're going to be, we're black-green with our configuration. Well, we could bring in a Karok. We could bring in some combat tricks, bring in a 5-drop, but nothing about the green we have to bring in makes it better as a core color than white, in my opinion. So basically my conclusion, but like MVP here be a tough one. This would be one of those, mostly MVP awards in sports truly just go to one player, but sometimes in a game they're like, no, this is co-MVP. We're going to have Randy Johnson and Kurt Schilling are the co-MVPs, right? So you could say this was maybe a co-MVP situation between like Trudges and density of removal. I don't know. Let's see. All right, I'll do a poll. Let's nominate your MVPs. Let's see what the people think. We've got. I'm just going to call it removal density, or like removal for removal density. I'm going to call it Trudge for those. Dissector. Maybe it's just like. Yeah, right. Environmental sciences, but I was gonna go with learn. Removal, Trudge, learn, and well, so is removal, right? But that's what I'm saying. Removal density, learn density. All right, fine. If you want, like, I'll get more specific. I think hunt for specimens. I'll call it hunt. I think if you're going to talk about what learn card did it for us, really, yeah, a good argument for MVP is actually hunt for specimens because it found us our fixing. It's what allowed us to play 3 colors. And it gave us life gain outlets for our other powerful cards, the Trudge. So, in fact, I'll pull it, but I think you got it. I think that's it. I think it's Hunt, because Hunt set up everything else. I agree. This might be the card I'm coming up on fastest. I was somewhat thinking of this as a later pack pick, and then I took Hunt like pack 2, pick 1 or something, and didn't mind it at all. It was just what we needed, and it's good. Elvish Visionary is a good card, and this is somewhat of a different take on Elvish Visionary that is better in some cases and worse than others. Cram Session, much rather have it be a 3rd Hunt. If I could have had 3 Hunt for Specimens and 0 Cram Sessions, I would have done that instead. So I think Hunt's going to run away with it. I think that's a good question, though. What was the MVP here? I think we figured it out. Are we figuring the format out? I don't want to get ahead of myself. We've just had a couple of good days, but I'll take it. After several medium to bad days, getting some good days in here seems pretty good. Maybe I'll celebrate. I'll hop back here, though. Let's see. What meme didn't I play today that y'all would like and I missed? Oh, okay. I'm going to do this one. This might... I don't know how much we're going to see this one, because so far I have not played with or against this card, which is a surprise because I thought I thought this was like a better version of this card, but we just haven't seen it yet. No, we've seen plenty of Pigment Storm. But anyway, this is one from this is my favorite of your new ones, Hat, and there's a lot of good ones. Hat was on fire this round of memes for sure, but I think this is my favorite of Hat's submissions.
Why are there so many?
Just because it's got a nice punchline. You gotta love a punchline. One more time.
Why are there so many?
All glory to the Hypnotoad is a Futurama reference. So if you don't get the Futurama reference, that one goes over your head a bit. But suffice it to say, all glory to the Hypnotoad is a Futurama meme that's like... I just like we start you on one side and then twist. I've been rewatching Futurama lately because I started playing a dumb card battler called Animation Showdown. It's whatever. It's occupying my time. You might, as Magic players, you might find it entertaining if you like free to play, lane card battlers or whatever. But it uses Fox Network cartoon properties and has a bunch of Futurama in it. It's like, I haven't actually watched Futurama. I think I watched like the first season of Futurama when it came out and then didn't stick with it. I'm actually not some huge, deep Futurama guy, but I realized that it's worth watching, so I've been rewatching it. But let me tell you, rewatching 90s content, 90s and earlier, is painful for my woke brain at this point. It's like, it's just not entertaining. There's just a lot of stuff that's like, this is lazy homosexual stereotypes that I'm not interested in. I don't know. Yeah, it's just like there's a lot of LGBTQ stuff that's just awful to watch and sexist and you think I look back on the 90s and think, yeah, we were pretty woke, but no. no. Yeah, Futurama is late 90s. It's 1999 or something, but still 90s. Interesting. Others rewatching Futurama. But yeah, I was watching. I think what really made me come up with that comment was I actually caught a random episode of Family Guy from the first season that was just awful. It just, not that show has its moments, but it's not one of my favorites or anything. And it's just like, oh. I have watched that. Yeah, Sirian, I kind of agree. Family Guy is kind of terrible, but it's not straight terrible, right? It's only kind of terrible. Yeah, there's a lot of lazy transphobia that goes on, and homophobia and transphobia. The homophobia is less so. Like the transphobia is still pretty severe in that era. But yeah, as a next gen plus, maybe the better side of Family Guy, that show is what is it? Orville? It's like, I never stuck with it, but it's got its place. What's the good movie that was the Star Trek spoof? Galaxy Quest. There you go. If you want Star Trek spoof plus humor, then Galaxy Quest is where it's at. And it surprised me. Like, Galaxy Quest is a total... Like, I went in thinking, my expectation is here. I want you to spoof Star Trek, and I want you to hit it, spoof Star Trek. All I want you to do is to spoof Star Trek and be funny. And then it's like, Oh my god, it's actually just great. It's actually just great. Yeah, and that's maybe even a problem with Orville. Vargan says, as I understand it, Orville is less spoof and more straight trek with smartasses, and that's true to the point that it's like almost copyright infringement. It's like there ought to be more spoofy stuff so that it's not just like, hey Seth, what's his name? Family Guy creator. Hey Seth. No, Seth Green is. What am I thinking of? What's his name? Is his name Seth? McFarland. Yeah, I want to say Green, but it's not Green. It's Seth. It is Seth, but I named the wrong Seth. Seth Green is the actor from the show. Anyway, that's that is something else. Is the Trek take there? Yeah, Seth Green started on Buffy. Really, I think of Seth Green as Robot Chicken more than it. Like, I think that's his incredible accomplishment. But he was in Buffy as Oz and Family Guy as Chris, and but Robot Chicken is where I think Seth's genius shines through. All right, I'm yammering. I haven't even said goodbye to YouTube. I hope YouTube likes talking about TV shows, because if you're still here, you must, or else you would have switched to a new video by now. Thank you for hanging out, YouTube friends. We got another one. Cool. See you next draft.